What's up, everyone? I'm Eli, back for a video here. I wouldn't call it a hiatus, but it's been kind of a while since I made my last one. I've been so fucking busy moving, finishing up school, had a bunch of job interviews, managed to actually land a job with a veterinary clinic that I had been wanting to work at, so that's pretty cool. Wish me luck. It's gonna be quite the journey. Anyways, yeah, I got a video here. I haven't had a lot of money to buy new stuff lately because of all the shit that's been going on. So I don't know. In the last month, I've managed to buy 4 CDs. So that's all I got for now. But I'm also, pardon me, I got Louie back here. I also have I'm going to tie this into another collection video. And as you'll notice, I'm outside. I always thought it'd be cool to try an outdoors video. And I'm actually at my friend's house out in the sticks. So I feel a little self-conscious that there are some kind of like crazy redneck cult that might come kill me, but we'll see. Yeah, if this video ends abruptly, send for help. Yeah, I got Louie back here, and so anyway, 4 new CDs, 10 CDs out of my collection. Let's do this. Alright, first ones I bought these a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of stand-up comedy lately and, you know, talking about it with some of you guys. So I managed to get a couple classics here. Got Bill Hicks, Arizona Bay, classic, one of the best stand-up albums ever made. It's arguably his best album. I'd say it's a tie between this and Rant in C minor. Or is it C minor, D minor? I can't remember. But anyway, those are my favorites. Next up, I was kind of a latecomer to this guy, but finally got some of his stuff. Been like kind of paying attention to him the last maybe 2 or 3 years. It's Ricky Gervais. This guy is amazing. British comedian. You probably all at least know who he is. I love that. British humor is great to me. It's always been something that's clicked with me, and this guy is he's a fucking genius. Atheist comedian, if you don't know a whole lot about him. Smart ass. He's amazing. So, picked up these 2 CDs last night at one of my local stores. We have the new Goat Horror album, Vengeful Ascension. I've kind of just breezed through it once or twice. Pretty good. I like it. I just haven't had enough time to really soak it in. I still need another listen or two. I kind of want to say Goat Horror business as usual, which, I mean, it probably is, but at the same time, I gotta say, I've always felt like Goat Horror have never really put out the same album twice, even though they don't branch out too much from their formula, but I do feel like they're good songwriters, and I feel like on every album, they make an album that does not sound exactly like the one before, you know, however, not straying too far from the formula. Sorry. I don't want to let go of Louie because he'll fucking go running into the woods and get eaten by cannibals or something. But anyways, yeah, the new Goat Horror. I own all their stuff, like except for their second album. I've always liked this band. I think I got into them after seeing them live because they're a phenomenal live band. You know, they're on Metal Blade Records, which makes me believe they're probably a fairly popular band, but I don't think I've literally heard anyone ever mention them before. Kind of a weird anomaly to me, but I like them. I mean, if you don't know a lot about Goat Horror, they are kind of a black death band, leaning more towards the black metal side, a little thrash thrown in there. They are from New Orleans. You got like members of bands that I never really listened to much, Soylent Green, Acid Bath, something like that. But I think they're a good band. I think they're really good at what they do, and like I said, if you get a chance to see them live, go check them out, man. They really fucking good live band. I know they're on tour, or are going on tour soon, one of the two, with Toxic Holocaust and Venom Inc. And I'm definitely going to see that. It's coming to my area, so I'm going to check that out. I heard Venom Inc. is killing it live right now, so I'd love to see that. Next, we have a band that I had heard their first album, like, I don't know, 7-8 years ago, and thought it was pretty good. Not quite my cup of tea, but really good for what it was. Real atmospheric black metal, and found it kind of entrancing from what I remember. I haven't really listened to it since then. But it was the new Imperium Decadens album. What a stupid name and stupid spelling, but whatever. The band is pretty good. This is I think their third album, but don't quote me on that. Released through Seasons of Mist. I always say Seasons. The album is fucking, I don't even know what to call it. I'm not gonna say it. It's stupid. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't even think it's a word. But anyway, fuck man, I wish I could talk more about this band, but I don't really remember. I wanted to say they're France, but I'm just gonna stop because I'm gonna throw a bunch of misinformation out there. But anyway, atmospheric black metal, pretty good stuff from what I remember. I think that's their third album. It might be their fourth. Really, I thought their first album was pretty good. So yeah, looking forward to giving that a couple spins. Move on to my, sorry, I gotta look back and make sure the movie's not fucking off. 10 CDs from my collection. So this is, like I said, it's also a collection video along with an update video, hybrid video, if you will. Let's do this. All right. I may have talked about these before, these next two, but I'm not really sure, so I'm just gonna, I threw them in there anyway. Got Bruford, One of a Kind. Bill Bruford you'll know him from Yes, and fuck, he's done some other shit too. I'm a big Yes fan, but he was also, man, I can't remember. He's done some other stuff, but anyway, he's a phenomenal drummer, and his solo stuff's pretty good too. It's more, I still kind of consider it to be in the realm of prog, but it's also more like fusion, like jazz fusion type stuff, which is not something I'm well versed in at all. But I do like the stuff that he's done. He's got a bunch of albums, and I like them. Next, we have another of his albums that I have, Gradually Going Tornado. Yeah. I'm not going to really go into these too much because it's it's basically music that really kind of goes over my head. I like it. I'm like I said, I'm not well versed in jazz fusion. I do like a lot of prog, but even a lot of the prog I like just kind of takes me a long time to figure it out and let it sink in. But it's how it's supposed to be, I'm sure, for you prog experts. Next, we have something that I bought like 10 years ago, and really I haven't listened to it that much. I should probably give it more attention. We have Burning Witch with, it's a compilation, Crippled Lucifer. It's a compilation of either two EPs or an EP and a full length, something like that. Released through Southern Lord, album, or a label that I don't really pay much attention to. It's got a nice booklet, really thick. It's got to be at least 30, 40 pages. Cool ass artwork. Anyone watching this, literally almost anyone, probably knows more about Burning Witch than I do, especially if you're a Doom guy, Doom girl, Doom fan, whatever. Burning Witch, definitely a Doom band. Doom sludge, I don't know what you want to call it, but real volatile, real aggressive, maybe along the lines of, I hate God and stuff like that. So pretty good stuff. Vicious and menacing. I need to give more attention to it. Actually, I should start that now, because like I said, I've had it for going on like 10 years. I think I listened to it once, and it's not that I didn't like it, but I think it got lost in the fray. Next up, this is the only older Burzum album I have. It's his second album, Det Som Engang Var. You all know what this is. You've heard it all a million times. Fucking fantastic album, as is all Burzum's early stuff. It's not my favorite of his. I prefer Philosophème by far. Don't have it, but I need to get it. Yeah, classic album. A lot of people consider this Varg's best work, and I really can't argue with that, but like I said, just not my favorite. Classic Norwegian black metal. Like I said, sadly, that's the only of his early stuff that I own. That really needs to change. I do have some of his later stuff, though. We have his comeback black metal album, Belus. I thought this album was fantastic. I thought it was, out of all the black metal stuff that he's done, post prison, I guess you could say, I think this is by far the best. Really dig it. It's the most Burzum sounding stuff, I would say, post prison. Next, we have the one that followed that up, Fallen. Pretty good album. It's a good album. I do like it. it took a while to sink in. I didn't like it at first at all. It's got a lot of it's got a lot of it's got a lot of, you know, classic Burzum elements to it, but then it's got a lot of like clean, like folky, clean vocals that kind of threw me off. And it's not that they weren't well done or that they didn't work. It's just that I wasn't big on it. Still a pretty good album if you haven't heard it and you're a Burzum fan. It's definitely worth checking out. Sadly, nothing he's done since then has really interested me. I'm not a huge ambient guy, and even the metal album that he did after this I found to be incredibly fucking boring. I'd like to pick it up though, maybe give it some more listens, but I listened to it online a couple times when it came out, and it did literally nothing for me. It damn near put me to sleep, but whatever. I'm kind of weird with music sometimes. Sometimes I have to listen to something 10 times and over the period of a couple years to really figure it out. And final Burzum thing that I own, I do own some of his stuff on vinyl, but I've shown that before. I have the Burzum Anthology. I don't know why I bought this. It's just a fucking compilation put out by Candlelight 7 or 8 years ago. Done. Don't have anything to say about that. Compilations are stupid. I mean, compilations of like a single artist are pretty stupid. And it's got like, I don't think it has anything like unreleased or anything like that. It's just 9 of his songs. So don't know why I bought it, but whatever. Maybe it was given to me. Don't know. Next up, we have, this is the only album I own from Butthole Surfers, their debut classic album, Locust Abortion Technician. If you've heard that album, you know it's basically an acid trip recorded. I mean, it's very evident when you listen to it. I mean, it's just a fucked up album. It's just a fucked up drug-fueled, kind of doomy rock album, psychedelic. It's really cool. I'm no expert in that kind of music. I haven't heard, well, I don't know, I guess I listened to some of their stuff back in the day. I remember Electric Larryland was pretty cool, but I've never been the biggest fan. But that album in particular, this one, worth checking out. I don't know what's up with that back. But anyway, worth checking out. Man, I don't know. It's bizarre. I think that's, no, I thought I had a couple more. I do, they're in my lap. Alright, this video, I swear, is making me remember that I have some serious holes in my collection. I need more Burzum, and I know this band is kind of hit and miss with a lot of people, but I really do like their first 2 albums, and this one's okay too. This is the last good thing they did. We have Cancer, Sins of Mankind. I'd really like to get their first 2 albums. Like I said, this is their 3rd album, pretty fucking sure, and is, from what I remember, the last decent thing that they did. It being their 3rd album, it's definitely their 3rd best. It doesn't touch their best work, but it's still pretty decent. You know who Cancer are, you know, that British death thrash. They had James Murphy on their 2nd album, which probably drew a lot of attention to them. Don't get me wrong, I don't think Cancer is amazing. I think they're pretty good at what they do, and I do think their first 2 albums are good. I've always liked them. They're not, I don't know. I don't know if I'd call them classic, but they're good for the time that they came out. I enjoy them. Next, we have a band who I really fucking love. I love for a long time, and I don't even have half their discography, which is weird for how much I like them. I don't know what my problem is. I really need to get I don't have any of their older stuff, which is fucking retarded. I hate to even admit that, because it's for me, as much as I like this band, it is goddamn embarrassing. And that is Candlemass, King of the Grey Islands. This is honestly, I knew who Candlemass were for years, but this is the first album that I ever listened to, like first full album. Like I said, I knew who they were, just for some reason never paid attention. Maybe I wasn't quite into that kind of music at the time. 2007, so it only came out 10 years ago. But yeah, this is kind of, I don't know if I'd say my introduction to the band, but it's as far as full lengths go, first one I ever heard. I really dug it then, and I still dug it, or still dig it now. I think it really fucking holds up. It was their first album with Robert Lowe, not Rob Lowe, but Robert Lowe from Solitude Aeternis, who I thought was pretty fitting for the band. I mean, for me, there's really no replacing Messiah, but he did a good job. He did as good of a job as anyone could have ever done. So I definitely salute him for that, and I do like the albums. I do like the stuff he did with Candlemass very much. Solid stuff. I think that is possibly the best of that era, but they did, I think he was on like 3 albums, and they're all pretty good. But anyways, that's 4 CDs that I bought recently and 10 out of my alphabetized collection, so I'm going to wrap it up. This video is going on 15 minutes, which is probably more than anyone cares to see of me, so I'll probably just be doing, I'm not going to buy much stuff in the next coming months, so I'll just keep cranking out collection videos. I'll try to make them interesting. I'm trying to work on my, I mean, if you're going to make a video and show stuff, you might as well make it interesting. I'm trying to work on my descriptions and stuff like that instead of, I mean, there is nothing more boring, I think, than somebody just showing shit that they bought. I think that's, who gives a shit? I mean, if you don't have anything to say about it, or maybe something something personal to add, something that you haven't read in a magazine or a website or a blog or whatever, you got to put your own little spin on it. But I don't know, you got to put a little bit of work into your videos, and I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to be a little more descriptive and stuff like that. But anyways, hope you guys are having a good holiday or whatever the fuck it is. Having a good week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. We'll talk soon. Take care.